excellent question. Right. It's not just a simpler question. It's one of the finest question that I've been going to various lectures and various forums to talk about it. Okay. Right. And I truly feel that running an organization, you've got to be a good architect any which way. Right. All right. So because your architecture speaks what you do, your design speaks what you do. There are many good designers, but they are never successful business, or let's say they are never successful organization, or they are never successful architect. Right. There is a reason why it is not there. The first and foremost is no architecture colleges in India or abroad speaks about the business angles of our architecture. Right. See, there is a business angle. Yeah. When I started, I'll give you a small example. Yeah. When I started my architecture, we used to flood with a lot of work. All right. Now, I didn't know how things work. Yeah. I didn't know how to pay taxes. I know how to calculate taxes. I know what to do about it. We just took money and we delivered. Right. All right. Now, one day the taxman came to us and said, "Where is my tax?" Yeah. Now, what do? I said, "I don't know what to do." All right. Now, I focused myself into it. So, I've burnt my hands over the years to learn the trick of, this is just a small aspect of it. Now, business running and entrepreneurship is a different field itself. Yes. All right. Yes. You've got to have, today we have various departments. We have, we have design department, we have accounts, we have legal, you have purchase, you have administrative, you have HR. Right. So there are, probably 8-10 departments that really runs, and everything should run smoothly to ensure that you run smoothly. Right. All right. Now, unless and until you know how to hire correct people, and you can't, I'm not good in everything, right? I'm good in design. Right. That's what I've learned all my life. Yeah. So you got to have an understanding about how do you run a business. Yeah. All right. Run a business is a different ballgame. All right. And I tell every single individual who runs a business that they should, hire people to tell you where you're wrong. Yeah. Unless and until they tell you, I still remember I went to a TED talk and this guy was speaking. This guy was a top, neurosurgeon of the world. All right. He said, "I've been doing all the surgery. I used to do everything, and I think I'm the perfect guy doing it, etc." And I said, "No, let me see. Let me have somebody who's observing me, performing my neurosurgery." All right. So he hired his professor, a critic. Right. He knew that he's very good critic, and he's a good guy, and he knows the ins and out of the brain surgery. And he said, "You be in the operation theater with me and tell me where am I wrong." Right. And he said, to my surprise, that he's pointed out 100 wrong things, that what I'm doing wrong. All right. And I started working in those things. Now, similarly, the business is like that. Right. All right. Unless and until you hire a consultant for various departments. And the other thing is, one thing I always tell people that, do you ever know that today is the best ever time in life humans have had? Yeah? Do you even know what a father had to do to run a business? Yeah? You go to the bank, they don't get it. Yeah. They don't get money. All right? Because there was limited money, they're not going to give it to any other people. True. All right? You want to market yourself? Walk. Walk around the market. Yeah. Yeah? You want to travel? What? Fly, train, buses. And buses are overcrowded. Right. Yeah? Today, the humans are, you touch of a button, you reach every corner of the world. Right. Yeah? And people tell me, and these young guys tell me, "Oh sir, it is so difficult." I said, "No, this is the best time humans can have. Best ever time." True. Look at what we are. We are like, what, 2000 years old? Yeah? 2000 years, this is the best ever time humans can have. Yeah? I don't know what's going to happen in future. True. Yeah. But today, click of a button, you have entire world looking at you, and you don't know how to use it. It's your problem. Right. Right. So marketing is such an important aspect. Yeah. Yeah. So what is marketing? Even a painter who paints, yeah, you'll find thousands of painters in the world who are very good, but few of them can only sell a painting which is over $1 million. Why? He's marketed. Right. He's created a market for himself. Yeah. Yeah. Similarly, marketing is important for architecture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people, come to me, young students come to me, so I'm very good in design. No, it's not just enough. Yeah, marketing your product is so important. Yeah. Yeah, reaching every corner is an art. True. Yeah. What's the point? A lot of people using Facebook, Instagram. You know the power of Instagram and Facebook? It is humongous. Yeah. All of, 99.9% knows it by only using it. Right. But how do you apply it to your business? Right. Is a different strategy. True. It's an expensive strategy. You don't know how expensive it is. Yeah. So how do people, a lot of people say, oh, social media, I'm not in. No, if you're not in social media, you're out of business. If you're not on net, see the way the business have changed, right? It's changed, it's just changed like that in front of me in last 4-5 years, right? Right. So what has business changed, tell me? Yeah. So your regular business has changed. If you're not on net, you're out of business. Yeah. If you're not on social media, you're out of context. Yeah. If you're not on these platforms and know how to use it, right? It's not being on it and then say, oh, I'm posting every day, I'm happy. No. It got to reach your target. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you know how to use it, you're the king of today's time. And tomorrow we don't know what happens. Facebook will be out. Yeah. There'll be something else. Yeah, because these things are they just come in by fluke and then goes away. True. Look at examples of a simple Kali Pili taxi of Bombay. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of years they've been working. Over the time they just disappeared. True. Yeah, we didn't realize that they just disappeared in front of us. I remember a time when I didn't know Ola, Uber and all that. I didn't never download it. I think I'll go and catch a taxi. I went with a young architect of my office. I said, let's go. And couldn't find. She said, wait, I'll just order, you'll come in. I said, what? I said, how? I don't know this. Right? So it disappeared. Similarly, people who are good architects or all that, if they don't know the platform to use, all right, they will disappear. Yeah, it's that important. Yeah, it's that important to be there. Yeah. So how do you be there? It's not easy for us to learn. You're gonna have people from outside who can tell you what to do. Yeah. So we run Facebook ads. It's expensive. Yeah. We have a budget of 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. It just disappears like that. But then you've got to be doing that. We know we are wrong. Content is important. Right. Your right content to put there. You should to be engaging with your audience. What is audience? Ultimately, the audience are the one who's going to give you work. Yeah. Yeah. So you got to be in the right audience. Yeah. Or you got to be engaging with the right people who are your client. Yeah. So it's an art by itself running any entrepreneurship. Yeah. True. And I agree one thing. It's not easy as it was earlier. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's been difficult to run this thing, but you have to run it in this way to know that you sustain for longer period. Otherwise, it is going to be very, very difficult for people to run around. That's it. Yeah, you have to have right people. You may not get the right people yourself. We don't get it ourselves, so we got to hire people, hire consultant. We have a marketing consultant. We have a sales consultant for us. Right. Tells us where do we how do we bridge the gap? How do you get the edge out of it? Right. It's not about just price and just product. It's just not like that. True. Yeah, that's the way it is in tomorrow's time. It's going to be difficult for my kids tomorrow. Yeah, but then they're going to learn the trick when they're there.
I think if I'm getting it right, from everything that you've explained, as a learner, the way I see it is that you know exactly what you're good at, what you need to learn, and there is no shame in getting a consultant or getting help or to learn. Whatever's to be done is to be done. Instead of being like, okay, I will be the one who will be doing everything, or if I can't do it, it's not going to happen. Being a lot more real to what's the need.
See, I'll tell you, the mindset has to change for everybody. Yeah. So, and especially for the entrepreneur to understand.
Right.
Why do you keep a trainer when you know all the exercise? Why do you keep a trainer? Yeah, because he knows, how much to push you.
Right.
You can exercise. People who exercise know how to. I know how to run. Right. I know how to run. Let's say I'm a marathon runner. I know how to run.
Right.
Yeah. So what do? You put an expert coach to it. Make him run with you once a week, and then he'll tell you where you are there. Right. Similarly, the business. To people who tell me, I'll do everything. You can't do everything. Yeah. You can't be good at everything. You have to, if you want yourself to be sustainable, you've got to understand that, where your weaknesses are, what you need to push, and how do you need to push. Otherwise, the business can never be scaled up to a certain extent. Okay, you can only go and meet people to an extent, but then you have to have your team to go and meet, right?
True.
You have
how many people can one person meet?
Correct. So that's the way it is. So it's all about how do you market yourself. It's all about all that.
Right.
Yeah. But it's easier than before, but it is difficult in different way than before. Yeah, that's the way I put it.
It's a lot more competitive. Speed has become the essence. And that's when, as you mentioned, internet, social media, it helps you to leverage speed, to keep up the pace as well.
Absolutely.
That's true.